Hey YouTube, exact opposite of what happened yesterday. So in yesterday's video, I started dominating with the Great League Remix, and then I had a disaster class in the Halloween Cup. And then this morning, I showed you a really strong Halloween Cup team, and in this one, I could not get this team to work. Although I did have a lot of fun using Togedemaru, and I do think it has some play, but I did actually see quite a lot of ground still in the Open Great League, despite Clodsire and Quagsire, and a bunch of like Gastrodon and a ton of ground being gone. So my initial thought process was Togedemaru has a lot of weaknesses, but ground being the main one because you cannot hit, you're just double resisted by ground. So I'm like, okay, I know everything I just said, Clodsire, Quagsire, Gastrodon. I think there's probably like one or two other grounds that are banned. So I'm like, time to break out Togedemaru. So I still need to cover some ground weakness and fighting weakness. So I put in Driftblim. And then I started with Umbreon, only to run into a Machamp the third matchup and not running an ABB style team that I was double weak in the back. Still won, you're going to see that. But I was like, oh, that doesn't work. So I switched to Charjabug, and because I know Charjabug can act as a safe swap and still kind of deal with like the Mud Boys. So it was okay in a couple matchups, but then sometimes it didn't work. So I don't know if I'd suggest this. And luckily this was Charm, because like this was kind of tricky. I ran into this lead a couple times, and it was a Ninetales. So this time was Charm, so I can kind of work around it. I get to the Shadow Ball and bait, and now I get to another one and bait again. Not another Shadow Ball, but another move. And I grab both shields. So now I can just come Togedemaru. I've lowered its attack twice. I've grabbed two shields. Steel resists every move that this thing has. So I'm not too worried about the moves coming my way. I will just load up with energy so I can come out with a couple wild charges and see what we get here. So they're charming. Charmings do chip, right? Togedemaru is pretty glassy, and it is a Bastiodon. Now, Bastiodon does not resist. Steel and Rock do not resist electric. So I will go back to back here to chip, and then I will probably go into Umbreon, assuming they're not going to have a second fairy in the back here. And with a 2 shield advantage, I should be okay. And they leave, so I am okay. Driftblim. Oh, jeez. Okay. Sometimes you get unlucky. So Steelix lead, shield up. I'm going to go Icy Wind here to lower its attack. They shield. Okay. I think I can live a move here. And I decide to throw the Icy Wind again instead of Shadow Ball. So it does not take out. And we both have 3-turn fast moves, so they get an extra fast move in here. And what ends up happening was we both go down. So we are letting fate decide what happens here. And wouldn't you know, fate not on my side. Umbreon into Clefable, and the back end is a Golurk, a Ghost ground. So if I had the alignment the other way, it was a top left for them. But unfortunately, it's a top left for me. This one is another Charm user. So again, we're going to play it out basically the same way. This time they're throwing quicker. So I will shield this up when they do eventually land this. And they get out into Tentacruel. So I'm not getting out immediately because I am Ghost and Ghost resists poison. And I can potentially line up Togedemaru on the back end anyways. So I'm going to force them to throw some energy here. Take me out. I've already grabbed a shield. So they are, we're even shields. I throw right away because I think that this thing stands pretty fast too. And I do not want it to get a Scald off of me. And oh crap, it is a Machamp. So I instant swap because my defense is lowered. And then this is when I realized, oh yeah, you're double weak to fighting. So take the cross chop, and then they give up switch into the Charmer instead of just like we're ramping up with Charizard. And this is when I realized, let's just back up 10 seconds here, because we both come to the same realization at the exact same time. He shouldn't have gone out. He should have just dominated with Charizard. But what he did was come in and allow me to potentially go down here and have my Togedemaru get some energy. So I undercharge, recognizing that. They recognize it at the same time, like, oh yeah, Machamp is my win con. So they eventually click it. I only get 2 there. I wish I had a bit more. But with the 2, I am able to get to a bait here and then land the wild charge. So we both kind of recognize what was happening. I'm surprised they didn't just like let the switch clock go out, but I end up getting to a move. I have a shield. So we'll win. And I play one more matchup with this, and then I decide to leave, like switch up the team. So I think I have one more matchup with this. So I did, yeah, I won. So I'm like, oh, I can keep going with this. And the third Ninetales in a row, and I think this one's Powder Snow. And this is when I was just like, okay, well, screw this. 3 Ninetales in a row, which kills this team. And then they have a Whiz Catch. I'm pretty sure I get walled in the back too. I'm pretty sure it was like a hard counter. But we'll see how this plays out. So I'm using Dark Pulse. So I switched Dark Pulse on in the... When did I switch it on? Just yesterday, 2 days ago maybe. I switched it on because the Go Lurk was not getting one shot by Foul Play, and it just... Foul Plays weren't threatening the Clodsires. So I wanted to like switch it to just do the same thing, like threaten it like you could threaten a... like a Mandibuzz is now kind of scary to go against. Unfortunately, I tried to farm down with Snarl. Does not happen, so now I need to burn a shield. They're going to come back in Ninetales. I remember giving up... I was about to say, I shouldn't give up Switch, okay. Because now I got to get my Togedemaru on this, but then I think they have like a Swampert or something in the back. It's something that my team cannot handle with what is left, their shield advantage and my, what is going to be a bunch of chip damage here. So they get another one. So I'm going to go to 2 wild charges. So if they decide to shield this, I'll go back to back. I'd be surprised if they shielded, quite honestly. But I'll bank that move. And unfortunately, I go right into a Magnezone. And what ends up happening is I lose CMP. So I grab the shield. They go Mirror Shot and get one more Volt Switch through, and then I lose CMP. We both have wild charges. Both would take out from this range. But unfortunately, I lose CMP against a Magnezone, so they will get this off. So because I saw 3 Ninetales on the lead, and then the Machamp as well, I'm just like, oh, this team doesn't really work. Let's go Charjabug. I've seen the double electric before. I've seen Charjabug act as a safe swap to deal with stuff like this. So let's do that. Venusaur leads obviously amazing for Drifblim, but they swapped into their Swampert, and the only reason I would switch into Charjabug as a safe swap is to draw out a Swampert or Whiscash or other Mudboy that is still in this meta. Steelix is still in this meta, which could absolutely wall me too, so just be aware that it's not like you can still run into multiple problems here just because Clodsire is banned. But I was able to just stay in, keep alignment here. I know I have Charjabug for Venusaur. It has X-Scissor, which will hit neutral. Both of our fast moves will be resisted. They can throw Sludge Bomb, I can throw X-Scissor. And even Togedemaru resists everything too. So worst case scenario, I can just do that. So take this move. Get to the X-Scissor. X-Scissor will take... Oh, you know what? I think they are left with like 1 HP here, if I remember. I thought I'd take out, but it left with 1 HP. And they give up switch into a Cress. And Cress is going to have a hard time with a Bug Pokemon and a Steel Pokemon. So they shield up 1 there. And then I'm like, I've got everything that I can resist over here. So I'm going to come here. They like hesitate a little bit. I don't know if they're like just be like, oh, I have no play. And I shield anyways. Cause I'm like, I know it's just going to be a nuke and it will hurt. So I'll just shield and then you're in big trouble. And you are. Mirror match. So these things just like take each other out super hard. But again, I'm trying to draw out a Mudboy here, right? And there it is. Perfect. I can X-Scissor this. X-Scissors will chip. I couldn't do anything with Togedemaru. I could do Fell Stinger, which does absolutely nothing. So this is great. This is what I wanted to draw out. So chipping it. If it was the Shadow, I probably could have taken it out in 2. But they Scald me. I think I actually may be able to get one more move off. Yeah, because they try for the farm down. They do end up shielding this. So they do keep switch. Or do I give up switch? Yeah, because I tried to snipe, but I'm like, you're 2 Astonishes away. And then I think I just get super hard countered in the back. I think it's like a double Mud Boy team or something like that. Or like a Steelix or something in the back. So shielding up one. Get off the Icy Wind. They end up shielding as well, which is okay. So I'll come Togedemaru to get ahead on energy. And it is a Mud Boy, right? There's your double Mud Boy. However, it is a Swampert. So this will do more than 50% because it's a Shadow. So I come in here, just reset immediately. Which, you know what? Oh, I should have... No, this is stupid. This is really dumb. What am I doing? I should have doubled and then reset so that I would not have... Oh, that's so stupid looking back on this. Okay, that's not the right move. Keeping the Charjabug for a reset is the right move. But you reset after you go back to back there. You don't throw one, reset, and then come back in and just do it again. So had I just gone double back-to-back wild charges and then reset and then come in, I probably could have Thundershocked it down before they astonished me down. We ended up tying, but that should have been a win if I did that properly. And then this one, yeah, same thing. I just had a couple, like, I don't know if this team doesn't fully work or I just had a lot of bad luck because I had like just a lot of hard answers. So getting hit with Skeldurge on the Charjabug, and then I get walled even harder in the back with the Togedemaru. So I end up having to double shield here. So this one's just a tough matchup. Because they baited me first, and now I got to shield up a Shadow Ball. And so I want to try and get to the Icy Wind because I need to chip this to be able to put it in like Fell Stinger range or even like Wild Charge range, quite honestly. So they do chip me a good amount. I will chip them back. But then when I come in here, I'm pretty sure I just get killed too. Yeah, swamp. Like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah. You're not supposed to do anything. You top left. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay, a couple more battles here. So chip a bunch with Drifblim and then come in Charjabug for two reasons. One, still trying to draw out the Mud Boy. Two, I'd rather take the move there. Unfortunately, that move is a freaking overheat. I thought it'd be a play rough for Brutal Swing, but some run overheat, so just get blasted. Not much I can do there. Do grab one shield there. And then I'm going to shield, and I'm going to take this out because I don't want to leave myself with like one shielded Togedemaru where I have to wild charge. Like when you're using something like a close combat user or wild charge user, you need something to reset that lowering of your defense on, or else you're just going to get killed. So what comes in? A Wall Rain. So the good news is I know I will outpace this thing. Still don't know why I'm throwing this early. I guess I'm very out of practice with Togedemaru. Looking at this, I'm like, have you ever played with this Pokemon? What are you doing? You're playing like crap. I cannot reset, but I just need to take this out because they baited once. I don't want to be taking any move. So get that off. Thundershock is quick charging, but a Brutal Swing is going to be so effective because I've lowered my defense to the minimum you can do. So that's going to take me out. And can I get to a move? No, I cannot. I'm going to lose the last three matchups? Yeah, probably. That makes sense. I think I lost the last three matchups here. Machamp, good lead. But I think, again, I played this one badly. No, because there's a Steelix, yeah. There's still a lot of answers in this meta. I think because Clodsire, Quagsire, Gastrodon, and all those Pokemon are Marowak are all banned. I keep forgetting Marowak, as the Kanto Marowak is ground as well. People are just looking for substitutes, right? In my top teams video, talked about Whiscash and Swampert multiple times, how strong they would be. And Steelix as the ground steel, same sort of thing. So there's a lot of just like answers to this. So now I think they make a mistake because I remember seeing the fighting in the top right. Look, top right. I saw right before, like if you're in this situation, you either need to do it like when it's changing from 1 to 0 or just let fate decide, because you cannot let it do that. They make a catch here, which is too bad for me. This probably cost me the game, actually, them catching this. And then I should have recognized that my win con is still Charjabug. And what I did here was I just dropped all my energy because they recognize their win con is Machamp. They don't even know what I have yet in the back. But then I go down and down here. Yeah, just a bunch of bad plays, quite honestly. Okay, so a bunch of you I already commented it on my video this morning. A bunch of you are saying you're now seeing ads on my videos. Yes, the ads seem to be back. I hope they're back today as well. I'm guessing it is because it seems like, just based on my my channel analytics, it looks like they came back like late 2 days ago, because you can see some of the bounce back 2 days ago. And they were always there yesterday, so I'm hoping that is the same today. I'll be in a good mood or a very bad mood. So yeah, if you want to know what I'm doing with the channel, if there's still ads on this video and you want to know what I'm doing with the channel, talked about it in this morning's video at the end, so go check that out. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.